I want to respond to that so-called Sheik Gumi. In fact, I've been trying to put his picture here, but I'm still learning to do that. That man, I would say I don't blame him. Why did I say so? The more I see that man giving the platform on national TV to speak nonsense, and nothing has happened to him, no arrest, nothing, simply shows me the more how Nigeria is a very useless place. A very useless, I mean a totally useless place is what we call Nigeria. That's how you call Nigeria. The more I hear any statement credited to that so-called Gumi, the more I get exasperated, about or with being, associated with that country we call Nigeria. Nigeria is a very useless place. That so-called Gumi himself knows that if he were to be in the streets and no-nonsense country like Saudi Arabia, by now, either he would have been beheaded for a very long time, or perhaps he would have still been languishing in any of the prisons in Saudi Arabia. He knows that for sure. You see, it is only in Nigeria we see a whole lot of nonsense happening. Anybody can come in there, talk, say whatever he or she likes, and there will be no arrest, nothing. Except that if you are not, in alignment with the government of the day, then they will come after you. That's the only thing I see in that country. Nigeria is a very useless place. In fact, when I came across this statement credited to that idiot called Sheik Gumi, I just laughed. And this is what the statement says. I think Trump's, airstrike, collaboration with the federal government would negate our sovereignty. That's what that so-called Gumi said. That America's collaboration with the federal government of Nigeria, that zoo, would negate Nigeria's sovereignty. And I want us to ask that idiot who claimed to be a soldier, a retired soldier for that matter, how would America collaborating with Nigeria, negate Nigeria's sovereignty? In what way? I want us to really understand one thing here. Does Gumi actually know the meaning of sovereignty? Does he actually know what sovereignty is all about? When we talk about sovereignty here, we are talking about you having the supreme authority over your own geographical perimeter in terms of governance and control. That is what we mean by sovereignty. How would it negate our sovereignty when this so-called, Gumi and the rest like El-Rufai, Baraji and the rest had all aided and abetted, brought in terrorists. The North brought in terrorists into that zoo you call Nigeria to be unaliving people anyhow. So bringing those terrorists into Nigeria, of which Google knows about, and is even negotiating with them, and nobody has called him to order or even arrest him, to quiz him on those issues, does bringing those terrorists into Nigeria not negate Nigeria's sovereignty? Are those guys not guilty of what you call treason in that country you call Nigeria? Is that not treason, and does treason not attract capital punishment? So we just keep quiet. All of these things have been happening, and each time Gumi will come out to talk. And people who are so light-hearted and very low in their IQ will link that man to religion. That man does not have anything to do with religion. He's nothing but an evil person. And if you keep quiet looking at him and nothing is happening, in fact, the more they will perpetuate, their dastardly intention. And that is why I really thank America now for coming in, for stepping in. Now, I want to ask Gumi, how would America's collaboration with the federal government of that zoo you call Nigeria negate the sovereignty of that Nigeria, if at all there is sovereignty in what you call, if at all there is sovereignty in that place you call Nigeria? That man claims to be a soldier, and then ask him that in the 60s or so, understand, Nigeria served with the United Nations, understand, in Congo. In Congo, Nigeria was there with the UN in Congo to help stabilize that country called Congo. Why was the issue of sovereignty not discussed about? How come? Was that not collaboration to restore peace, order, to save lives and property in that country, in Congo, as long as 1960? You see, what about between 1992, I think, to 1995? Nigerian soldiers also served with the United Nations, you see, in faraway Yugoslavia, to help stabilize a region, you see, that was riddled with mass killings, every atrocity you can think of, to help stabilize that region after the so-called Kosovo conflict. Who doesn't know about that? Was this man not taught a little bit of Nigeria's, collaboration with the United Nations or with other countries to restore peace, normalcy and order in those countries? And he claims to be a soldier. In 1990, somebody should call that man again and let him know that in 1990, Nigerian soldiers were in Liberia to stop the civil war. Nigerian soldiers were there in Liberia to stop the civil war. You see, to support the elected government, the government that was ousted by a military coup. Nigerian government sent troops there. In fact, even as we read, as history records it, that Nigeria contributed between 2003 to 2009 about 21,000 troops to that country, to help that country. And Nigeria kept on contributing troops, even to the last time, to the final, period that they were pulling out in 2018. Nigeria kept contributing troops to the point where they were pulling out, in 2018 to help, stabilize the country. Was that not what we call, collaboration? To help stabilize a country, to help to save lives and property. And then Gumi is coming to tell all of you there that America's collaboration with Nigeria is going to negate our sovereignty. Sovereignty, my foot. What sovereignty do you have in the zoo? You have sovereignty and people came together, brought in terrorists into a country. People brought terrorists into the country. The North, northern Muslim leaders, northern Muslim political leaders brought in terrorists into that country called Nigeria. You see, is that not treason already? Are those guys going to ask Arewa? What we're talking about is here is something they said clearly. Everybody knows about it. How they brought in terrorists, the North brought terrorists into Nigeria. Are those guys not guilty of treason and consequently, to be executed in the country? Is that not the height of betrayal to one's country? And then you are saying that America's intervention at this critical moment to help save lives, particularly the lives of non-Muslims. And I said it that whoever said that the genocide is not real in the North, that person, God Almighty, will never forgive that person. You are saying, Gumi, that America's collaboration with Nigeria will negate the so-called zoo sovereignty. Which kind of sovereignty do you have in that zoo? You see, what sovereignty do you have in that zoo? And also tell that Gumi that Nigerian soldiers were also in, I think, Sierra Leone. I think in 1997 also, yes. That was Nigeria's first, deployment of peacekeeping force in that country. Nigeria was here in Sierra Leone. All of that, Nigeria paid the price. Many soldiers were killed. A lot of things happened in Sierra Leone. Gumi, was that not collaboration? In fact, I want to take this opportunity to thank the American government again. In fact, whether anybody feels bad or thinks of sovereignty or no sovereignty, I am glad that America has shown the courage, understand, to step in to save life. In fact, I want them to carry out more airstrikes. I mean, thousands of airstrikes to remove all those bases. We know where all those bases are. Go to Benue, go to Plateau, they are all there. It was said on national TV here. Who doesn't know about all of these things? And then somebody will say that that man is a religious man. In fact, if not the intervention of America, I'm telling you what those guys have in mind, in stock, in that zoo, only God will tell. Only God knows. America, thank you so much. And that man is an idiot. A total idiot. This year, I'm ready for him. Nothing more than that. I'm ready for him in any way at all. That so-called Gumi. God will punish you.
Any Nigerian Any Nigerian, man or woman, old or young, opposed to what Trump is doing as regards the terrorists is a terrorist himself. Any Nigerian, man or woman, young or old, that will oppose to the coming of Benjamin Netanyahu to assist Trump in clearing the terrorists is himself and his household terrorists. Look at somebody like Gumi. Didn't government know all the stupid utterances Gumi has been making? In fact, he said we should put them in our budget. We should pacify them. We should pay them salaries. There's no way it can stop. The government through Buhari saw all this because of his expansionist agenda. Buhari wanted to Islamize the country. Let nobody pretend about it. And the first thing we did was to disarm citizens. Whether you had a den gun or they were disarmed. Immediately that was done, 1 week after, the terrorists moved in across the country. Thank God for Trump. Any Nigerian, man or woman, old or young, opposed to what Trump is doing as regards the terrorists is a terrorist himself. Any Nigerian, man or woman, young or old, that will oppose to the coming of Benjamin Netanyahu to assist Trump in clearing the terrorists is himself and his household terrorists. We have seen it in this country. We are handicapped. We could not do anything. And then some people are talking about sovereignty. Sovereignty, my foot. If you are talking about sovereignty and people are being slaughtered in their hundreds, in their thousands every day, better suspend that sovereignty. Let those that will help you come and help you. As Trump is helping now. He has did it along the axis last week. I read in Kaduna today, last night. Let him continue and clean the place up so that we can sleep.
Yeah, for those people that are still doubting whether Sheik Gumi is a T member, T patron, and T financier, I want to tell you that Sheik Gumi is a terrorist. Sheik Gumi is a terrorist. I don't know whether you remember what they called underwear bomber. Underwear bomber. That young man that wanted to bomb America on the 25th December 2009. Umar Farouk. This picture, these two people. Sheik Gumi was among the people that planned that bombing against America. Unfortunately, it didn't work. This Umar Farouk went to Yemen to get the bombing or to set up the bomb so that he will be able to bomb America on the 25th December of 2009. You understand? And after that incident, he was arrested in Saudi Arabia and he was detained for good 6 months. Guess who helped him to come out from that prison? President Goodluck Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria. He tried his best to work with Saudi Arabia for him to be released. By right, after releasing him, Sheik Gumi is supposed to be in prison as a terrorist in Nigeria. But he released him so that they will not say, Igbo man is working against a Fulani man or whatever. He was released. Did he stop there? No. Sheik Gumi was the one they used to bring all those T group into Nigeria. Sheik Gumi is aware of that. So Sheik Gumi is among the people that plan to bomb America in 2009 through the use of Farouk Umar, that young guy, that young boy. So if you are still doubting whether Sheik Gumi is a T group or financier or whatever, We don't need to think about it again. It is true. Let us tell ourselves the truth. It is true. He's a terrorist. He is a terrorist. And he needs to be arrested. The moment Sheik Gumi is arrested in Nigeria, there will be peace in Nigeria. He needs to be arrested. America needs to look for every means to get him. He's a terrorist. He is a terrorist. So let us not come out and be, pampering it as if Sheik Gumi is a terrorist. He participated in Omar Farouk underwear bombing in 2009, 25th December. He's among, and that was the reason why he was arrested in Saudi Arabia. He never traveled to Saudi Arabia till this 2025. And when he got to Saudi Arabia, they returned him back because they knew him as a terrorist. So let us not be being sentimental or emotional in talking about it. He's a terrorist. I said it. I said it. He's a terrorist. And he needs to be arrested and treated as a terrorist. If they should arrest Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and send him to life imprisonment, Sheik Gumi needs to be arrested. That is my opinion.
Good day to our viewers all over the world and welcome back to Local Journal. We will continue to tell and speak the truth regardless of whose ox is God. Because you see, this country belongs to all of us, and until we speak out and tell them to their face that what they are doing is wrong, there is no way this country is going to come any better. You see, anybody, whoever is standing against Donald Trump and Netanyahu coming into Nigeria to help Nigerians who has been riddled with so many disasters, like human-made disaster caused by this terror going on in the north, all in the name of trying to enforce jihad in Nigeria. That person is also a terrorist, like said in this video. I don't know what these people are targeting or what the target of these people are. If you feel you have a problem and you have somebody that is capable of solving that problem, and that person had said that he wants to come and help you to solve the problem, if you are not the problem, would you stop the person that has the solution to your problem from coming in to come and assist you? There is no way you will stop the person unless you are the reason why that problem had existed in the first place. And it's very obvious that these northerners and their clerics are the reason why we are facing this insecurity issue we are facing today. These people are less concerned. The only thing they want is just to achieve their agenda, regardless of whether Nigeria burns or not. It's not their business at all. But we cannot go into we can't keep looking away while this whole country go into oblivion. You understand? So we need to keep on speaking and saying what we are supposed to say. The US and Netanyahu, the president of Israel, we need your assistance in Nigeria, and we are grateful for the good work Donald Trump had even started in Nigeria. And of course, we want this whole thing to continue, because this ones that we have some people who are going on about with their propaganda saying that Trump is coming to steal the resources of Nigeria. Where is your resources? Where is that resources that Trump is even coming to steal? We've been riddled with issue of terrorism for the past decade. It's getting to 2 decades now that we're facing this terror issue that we're facing in Nigeria. Our people who are the hem of the affair, who are leading this country, who knows nothing about leadership and have been there stealing our money, stealing our resources, have not been able to put our resources into good use to curb this problem and this menace ravaging this country. But someone who is coming from his own country to come and assist you because he has the wherewithal, he has the political will, he has every tool at his disposal within his arsenal to come and fix your country for you. You are coming up with another agenda and another a narrative that the person is coming to attack you, that the person is coming to attack your religion. Does it make any sense? Of course, we are not saying that the insecurity in this country has any tone of religious coloration again. We've accepted that fact that, okay, it's not about religious wherever again. But since it's not about religion, and somebody is coming to help us, is it not for us to like bring our heads together and encourage the person that is coming to help us, to assist us? You have a special kind of country that you want to come and assist Nigeria because of your own link and what you stand to gain, because of your selfish interest and the agenda you people have against this lovely country. That is the reason why you've like named and listed some few countries who are within your own purview of rationality, that these are the people who have the best interest of Nigeria at heart. And these are the only people that you will recommend to come in and help us fight this terrorism issue we are facing in Nigeria. Is that not laughable? This is laughable. US is the most powerful country in this world. And of course, if the most powerful country in this world is coming to your aid, then it's a plus for you. It doesn't really matter whether they are coming to assist whoever they want to come and assist. They are coming to target the terrorists. Nobody is coming to attack any religion here. Nobody is coming to say that, okay, these are the people. Even if anything is coming now, when Sokoto was attacked, was it not the terror camp and their mercenaries that were affected? It never affected any other person in Nigeria here. So what are we saying? We know what we are saying, and these people know what they are doing. The propaganda they are carrying out, the mischief they are planting, the seed of discord they are planting against this country will eventually come out and burn them someday. This is just it. Nemesis is going to catch up with them, because of course Nigerians are not going to watch and look away while you come and carry all propaganda just to brainwash them into accepting your meaningless narrative just to satisfy your own agenda. Nigeria needs to put this man in his place. Sheik Gumi needs to be questioned. He needs to be called, and he needs to be quizzed. Because if we were to be in a sane country, a saner climb now, this man will not be walking freely in this country again. He should have been behind the bar. But because of the kind of country we are today, that's the reason why people like this have the audacity, have the mind, the privilege, have the temerity to come and be like saying trash. And I don't even blame him. I blame the media that has been giving him audience. The media that has been giving him audience are the people we also ought to blame, because if he had not given this man audience, this whole nonsense would not be flying about. It's time to call this man to order, and it's time for the president to do what he's supposed to do. This is my opinion. Kindly drop what you think about this in the comment section. And if today is your first time to visit our channel, please kindly like, share, and subscribe to our channel.